Blog Talk Radio.
In the open field where everyone has gathered, I find there's no one there for me. Locked away in my room, I try not to think about the reasons why I'm on my knees. And in all honesty, I've been searching for someone like me. To be honest with me now is the only way to climb back to the light and face the day. 'Cause I struggle just to stay alive and keep my sanity. 'Cause without you in my life, who am I to be? And in all honesty, I've been searching for someone like me. Searching for someone to set me free. Set me free.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday night. It's Off the Chain. I'm your host, Yvonne Mason, and that song has special meaning, and we'll talk to the young man that wrote and sings this song. I want to welcome you all to the show tonight. As you all know, this is your show. It is not my show, and because of each of you, this show has just absolutely taken on its own life form. We're heard in over 200 countries and places that you might not even think were heard. Africa and Egypt and Israel and Jordan and Eastern Europe and Russia and Prague and Poland and the Czech Republic, just everywhere we're heard. And I want to thank you all for making that happen. We have 200,000 listeners when you include all the podcasts we're heard on, which is iTunes and YouTube and FM.com, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio on 2 channels, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Spreaker, Podcast.com, Podcast Garden, and now we are on Reverb Nation. And it's because of all of you all that this show is such a hit. Now, I know you're asking yourselves, okay, I want to get on a show, but I don't have anything to talk about. Au contraire. I interview people from all sorts of backgrounds, musicians, artists, writers, politicians, religious folks, faith-based people, people with a platform, people with a passion, people with a foundation that they're working hard at, people that want to educate others about things that are going on in life, things that we don't talk about, like mental health. So if you want to come on the show, there's 2 ways to do it. You can come on as a guest, or you can place an ad and become a sponsor for the show. Now, I'm not looking to get rich on this show with the ads, because this is my opportunity to pay it forward to each of you so that you too can be heard. If you contact me at offthechainradio@yahoo.com, I will tell you how to do both things. And with that being said, I want to welcome some sponsors to the show. Traveler Pelton. Her latest book is Traitors, Terrorists, and Spies, and this is in her Oberlin series. The middle generations of the Oberlins carry on the legacy of their father Noah by setting up a network of scientists, spies, and informants all over the globe. This book spans generations from 1910 to change and growth. The family tries to stay out of the feud between Edison and Tesla while beginning to investigate an elusive enemy network that grows into an underground jungle which will plague them for generations. They survived two world wars, the Korean conflict and the Vietnam War, in spite of attacks on them personally from the enemy and their own government. Will the legacy of the Lenape negotiators carry the family through discrimination, hatred, and treason? Will there be another 7 generations of the people to carry on, or will they follow their ancestors into oblivion? Join the high-energy Oberlin family and yet another of Traveler's Tales of Intrigue, Technology, and History. Terrorists, Traitors, and Spies, available now on Amazon Books A Million as an ebook or paperback. Or if you want to, go to travelerpelton.com for a special offer which is perfect for holiday gift giving. And what she is offering is postpaid set of her trilogies for $25 a set, and she will autograph them any way that you like. Traveler takes PayPal and will ship the sets out the next working day. So go to her website, travelerpelton.com, for all the details. But if you're into audiobooks, audiobookwormpromotions.com has a very, very neat little thing going on. What she says is adopt, don't shop for your next audiobook favorite. The Adopt an Audiobook program has new releases and audiobooks of every genre. All audiobooks are free to interested reviewers. That's the caveat. You have to agree to review the book after you read it or listen to it. Simply listen and share your thoughts. audiobookwormpromotions.com/adopt an audiobook. Most of you all know Diane Moat. She's been with me for quite a while. She's also been on the show several times, and she has a series of books called the Sam Holden series. Well, Sam Holden, our favorite vigilante, is back. The third book in the series, Dog Bones, is Sam's quest to avenge abused animals. Now, she is threatened when the FBI comes after her on one side and the commissioner wants her dead on the other. Will her double life be exposed? Will Sam be able to protect the animals, her friends, and herself? Check out Dog Bones by Diane Moat everywhere ebooks are sold. And if you haven't started the series yet, be sure to begin with Doggone by Diane Moat on Amazon, and it is free. Howard Levine, he has a new book out called Last Gasp. Frank Tedeschi's niece is dead, one of thousands of victims of a terrorist attack which has been laid at the feet of Islamic radicals by a right-wing U.S. government. Frank, based on a chance encounter, is one of the very few people who question the government's explanation. He's a Vietnam veteran who wants nothing more than to live without further controversy or conflict. Can he and his grieving brother Rob, a detective with the NYPD, obtain the necessary evidence to uncover the truth in the face of scorn and incrucibility? Can they overcome their long-term estrangement to work together, given that they are putting their lives in danger? And Last Gasp, a novel that resonates with today's politics, the answers to these questions unfold in a way that mingles personal and societal issues and intertwines the past and present while moving relentlessly forward. That is Last Gasp by Howard Levine. Check it out on Amazon. Now, you guys may know Amy Law. She's been in the show. She's a comedian and an actor who lives in Atlanta. Amy has a unique outlook on life. Most people hide their failures, but Amy wrote a whole book about hers. It's called The Book of Failures. The book opens with, I have been married for 20 years, not to the same people, but 20 years nonetheless. The book talks about relationships, how hard it is to blend a family, and just funny failures of everyday life. The reason it's been a bestseller for over a year is because it is so relatable. Everybody needs more laughter in their lives, so buy it for yourself or for a friend that is going through a hard time. The Book of Failures is available at some Barnes & Noble stores, on Amazon as a paperback, ebook, or an audio version. The Book of Failures by Amy Law. Get it today. And with that being said, I want to jump right into our show. This young man has been on the show with me before. As you heard in the opening song, he is so creative and talented. Music artist J.J. McGuigan pays us another visit. J.J. is a VH1 Save the Music Songwriting Contest finalist. He is an award-winning singer, songwriter, guitarist, and, most importantly, a mental health advocate. He's been a drummer since age 13, and he later picked up the guitar and began writing songs at 20. JJ attended Newman University and renowned recording school, Full Sail University. Songwriting has now become his main focus and passion, with an emphasis on lyrical creation. JJ has appeared on countless radio shows, including this one, and his music has been heard on hundreds of stations around the world. After a brief stint in Austin, Texas, he has returned to his hometown of Wichita, Kansas. He is currently working on a follow-up EP for a 2018 release. His latest single, which you all heard, In All Honesty, is on both the Roots Music Report and New Music Weekly Airplay charts. The video won an LA Music Video Award for Best Lyric Video in 2018, and he has been nominated for 2 International Music and Entertainment Association awards. Wow, you just keep on getting better and better, my friend. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, let's just catch everybody up, because it's been a minute since you've been on the show. What made you write music? I mean, at 13, at 20, what inspired you?
I think it was 2 things. My love for music and just wanting to be able to see what I could do as far as creating it, and as well as the struggles I've been through concerning my mental health and what the role that music played in healing me through that. I say a lot that, my goal with music is pretty simple. It's to do for somebody else what music did for me and healing me through, my darkest times and my struggles with things. And, it hit me around age 16 was my, mental health crisis. I had been playing drums up until then, but then really around 16, it was bands like Live, Stained, Creed, Cold, those types of rock bands that really expressed emotion well, that really helped get me through it. And I wanted to pick up a guitar and start writing songs, and really did that. Started doing that, seriously. Around age 20 to 22 is when I really started to find my voice for it and everything, and that's just always been since then my number one passion and goal is to just be able to reach people with the songs I write and music I play and everything. And so it was just a combination of those 2 things, my love for music and what music has done for me.
Well, let's step back into your coming of self-awareness. Growing up, because there are a lot of young people that listen to this show. Growing up, did you understand why you felt the way you did, why you had the depression, why you had the OCD? Ladies and gentlemen, for those that don't know, that's obsessive compulsive disorder, and it'll drive you crazy if nothing else. Did you understand the nuances of that, or even understand what was going on? Because most kids, when they're growing up, it's tough enough being a kid, it's tough enough being a teenager, but when you combine that with something that you can't taste, feel, see, or touch, it kind of messes with the mind.
Yeah, at the time I didn't really see what was going on. I just knew I always felt sad, and then it just got worse and worse and worse, and I kept, going deeper into it, and then at 16 I just had a full-on breakdown. Looking back at it now, I knew a lot of it had to do with, I kind of had a learned helplessness about me. with school and everything. I had a hard time, I always passed, but, I had a lot of friends that were just straight A students, and I was here just getting by with C's and everything, and not just school, but also with other things. I just felt like, I wasn't built I wasn't built the way other people were built. I wasn't, whether I just didn't feel good enough ever, or I just didn't, and it had nothing to do with, my parents. My parents were great. It was just an innate feeling I had about myself. And one thing I've learned is that, you can't judge your self-worth off of really anything external that's happening to you. You want to be in a place where who you are is simply good enough, regardless of what you may achieve, the grades you make, who you know, if you're popular or not, or whatnot. You don't want to base your self-worth off of any of that. Just who you are is good enough. Yeah.
And JJ, would it be fair to say that because of television and billboards and advertising, that we have done a disservice to our young people, our children, our teenagers, our preteens, even our little ones, because we put these icons up there and say, if you're this skinny, or if your hair is this color, or if you look this way, or if you act this way, you're going to get A, B, C, or D, which is a lie.
Correct. I believe that totally. I think that what we tend to value in society as far as success, as far as what happiness may be, like you said, is a lie. I think, when you get down to it, happiness to me can be defined as just having inner peace, having, a sense of self-love, having and love for others. And it doesn't have anything to do with, it's good to have goals and everything, but it's about the journey. It's not about, having accolades, the right house, keeping up with the Joneses. That will drive you insane. And, trying to fit into, like you said, what advertisers have done and in marketing, as far as, and just what we've valued as a society as far as being successful, that will make you unhappy, I think. And our ability to, truly appreciate who we are as people, just that basic fact, and not see the labels we put on people, and not see the, not worry too much about what car they're driving, the house they got, and all that stuff. We'll have a much happier society, which will be much happier people, if we just, those things are fine and they may have their place, but at our core, they mean nothing. It's how we feel about ourselves and how to feel good about yourself. I think it starts with just accepting who you are as you are. And if you feel you need to make changes, you can. If you don't, that's great too. And but just being content with who you are, and and appreciating each other for who we are, not only the few people we think are really successful and happy.
Because when you think about it, two things. One, you can't have a successful relationship with another person when you're not happy within yourself. And two, those people that we think are so successful and so happy because they're rich and famous, they have their own set of problems.
Right, totally. And, it's almost like they have the same problems everyone else has. It's public. And then we think because they're in the public eye, they're happy. Or that somehow makes the problems non-problems, when that's just not the case. I mean, fame and fortune, they're kind of neutral by themselves, but, when you think of it as the source of, when that's making it in everyone's eyes, and that's being totally happy and fulfilled, that's just not true. There's many people that are rich and famous, and we all know that, are driven to, drugs and have bad mental health, and it's hard for them sometimes to get the help because they think, well, I have all these things, but I'm not happy, and then so it's really the same set of problems. It's just what some of us chase for happiness is just not a fulfilling reward when we get there. It's just it's kind of like
Would it be fair to say that once we achieve that, we rip that brass ring off and we hold it in our hand, sometimes it's less fulfilling. We feel twice as empty because it doesn't give us that satisfaction that we thought it would, because it's fleeting. It's not what's important in life.
Totally, and I think that's one of the hardest ways to learn that lesson is to actually achieve all those things and realize they don't fulfill you. And when you do that, it's not over. It's just you got to reassess what's important, and we all have to do that at certain stages. And there's nothing wrong with being successful and rich and famous. Just know that those things by themselves aren't going to be what fulfills you. It's the relationships that are most important. It's mainly the one you have with yourself, your own spiritual beliefs, whatever those may be. How well you care for other people, take care of yourself, and how much you care and love, and those are the things. And I think everybody knows that, but again, we just, as a society, we haven't valued it as much as we should have, to where people, see that as the ideals, not the house, the money, the cars, or things like that. If we can get to a place where we just can love each other and just accept each other and be good to each other and see that as the ultimate gift, I think we'll have a much happier people, throughout.
And that's a good stopping point to pay some bills and then play your second song, Letter, which is, ladies and gentlemen, it is also one of my favorites. So we're going to take a quick break. This is Yvonne Mason with Off the Chain, and my guest, JJ I can never pronounce his last name, so we're just going to call him JJ. I'm stuttering tonight anyway from sleep. So we will return very shortly.
Best-selling and award-winning author of true crime and crime fiction, Yvonne Mason is back with a brand new book, The Pink Canary, a book that delves into the life of a drag queen and a marvelous whodunit. You can find this and all of Yvonne's other works on Amazon.com, or find Yvonne Mason on Facebook and Twitter.
He's gonna kill me.
Buy your copy of Pink Canary now.
Do you have cougars on your porch swing? Are horses your new best friend? Do your nicest shoes get buried knee-deep in snow as your toes turn blue? Are you bothered by wolves at your woodpile? No, not that kind of wolf. Join wildlife artist and author Nancy Quinn and her family as they discover an exciting new life in Go West, Young Woman, a true Montana adventure. Available online and in bookstores. Or visit QuinnWildlifeArt.com for a personalized signed copy. Critics agree, it's a hoot.
This is Jade.
And this is Winona.
Wow, it's been a busy summer.
Yes, we have new books. I think we have a new audio book.
And I thought divorce was bad with other life lessons. Why is that title such a mouthful?
I don't know, but you can hear that mouthful on Audible and on iTunes now.
And that will take you through life changes, the highs and lows of it, through pop poetry and the literary life guide.
So remember to check us out. And no, I don't mean a once over, but then my narcissism said, well, maybe check me out once. And then look at the rest of the website at andwethought.com.
You can check out the podcast and the YouTube channel and everything that we're doing on that website, andwethought.com, just in case you didn't get it the first time.
Oh, my goodness. So we're going to say bye from Winona
and Jade
and our website.
Okay, is this going to be like a running gag?
Yup.
andwethought.com.
Bye-bye.
Germany, 1938. Charlotte, a young girl of 15, wanders into Georg's cobbler's shop to have her shoes repaired. Georg, enamored by Charlotte's charm and grace, decides then and there that he's going to marry her. But they must keep their love a secret from family, friends, and, most importantly, the Nazis. Follow along as Georg's pursuit of the young Charlotte results in the couple traveling a heart-stopping, winding route to stay one step ahead of the Gestapo in their escape from Nazi Germany, with a surprising twist along the way. If you like history and romance, don't miss Good Things Always Happen in Springtime by Joanne Fisher, available at www.joannesbooks.com.
Juliana is a middle-aged housewife in Toronto with a career, a husband that has little interest in her well-being, and 3 children. In the evenings, she gets on her computer and chats with people around the world. When she gets involved with Aaron and Bobby, her life becomes a pinball, bouncing around her husband, her job, her children, and her 2 online friends. She's bewitched by the romantic poetry of Aaron, but the honesty and kindness of Bobby bring her all the way to California. Watch for the ironic twist of fate that takes her in a direction she never expected. If you like spicy romances, don't miss With All of Me by Joanne Fisher, available at www.joannesbooks.com.
Fiore is a young Italian woman engaged to be married, but her plans are interrupted by a charismatic Sebastian, a handsome middle-aged Spanish businessman. Her beauty strikes him like a thunderbolt sent by the goddess Venus herself. When she's given a peculiar gift, a Spanish doll, she's thrown into a whirlwind of entangled passion, money, secrets, and love.
Their romance sparks in a charming little Italian town located on the southern part of Lake Garda in northern Italy and takes them around the globe.
What happens when her life is suddenly shattered by a lifelong secret? Her Spanish doll will bring you to a caliente Spain
and a romantic Italy,
adding some spice along the way. Available at www.joannesbooks.com.
Say a greatest saints? Or could you treat me like a brother? For tonight we can be one in the same. It isn't easy to admit this about me, and I only hope that you'll listen. Say a prayer. We'll climb every mountain and cross every sea. Maybe I can show you there's something special about me. Decide to come my way, would you read the world this letter? It's all the things I failed to say. I wanna read the world this letter for tonight. I just want you to stay. Gonna read the world my letter, then I'll be on my way.
And we are back. This is Off the Chain. I'm your host, Yvonne Mason, with my guest, music artist JJ McGuigan. I keep massacring his name because I'm stuttering tonight. That was the letter. JJ, that is such a beautiful song. How
Thank
did
you.
you come? It rips one's heart out, because if you listen to the words, it is so powerful. What made you write such a powerful, powerful song?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It just kind of came about. I was just in my living room where I would normally write songs, and the first 4 lines just kind of came to me as I was strumming the guitar, and I knew I had something right there with that, and so it's one of those songs that it took about a week to fully flesh out and have done and everything, and it just kind of, for lack of a better way to put it, I was just kind of open to writing it, and it just kind of came through. I wanted, my goal was mainly to touch people with the music and everything, and I knew there was something there, and I just kept going with it, and it turned out to be one of my favorite songs that I've written, and just really pleased with how it turned out, the production and everything, and just happy that it was able to do that.
My interpretation is it is a voice crying out for help, and someone who is contemplating doing something they can never come back from, and trying to say, just read my letter because then you'll understand.
Right.
And it is
Definitely.
so powerful, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with how you see it. It's really a cry for help. Someone searching for where they belong in the world. They feel misunderstood, yet they're also trying to fight the world at the same time. You're wanting to welcome people in, but yet you're also defensive. And so it's just kind of like the easiest way is just, hey, read this letter, everything, and you'll know me, as opposed to, just having to deal with things and everything. So it is it's got some sadness in there as well, but there's a sense of wanting to belong and wanting to, be understood and everything. And I think a lot of people feel that as well.
And I agree with you, because we do not, as a society, take the time to really peel back the layers of another human being. And sometimes I think it's because we don't want to, because when we do, then we have to peel back the layers of our own life and our own insecurities and lack of self-worth, and we have to come to terms with it, and then we have to learn we're either going to fix it or we're going to wallow around in this pool of depression and lack of self-worth and just keep following deeper, while all the time wearing a mask and telling the whole world, hey, I'm fine, I'm great, there's nothing wrong with me, and inside we're dying.
I agree. It's just one of those things that if we can face, and take off our masks and let the world see who we are, you'll find there's a lot of good people hiding under those masks. And there's a lot of goodness there as well. And sometimes we're afraid of showing that because, we can get hurt, and everything. But if we all just, try and accept each other where we're at and for who we are at this specific moment, I think you'll have a lot of people, be more willing to take off that mask and not try and present that as who they are, but see each other for who we really are and know that it's good underneath all that. Even if it doesn't feel good at the moment, it is.
And would it also be fair to say that the stigma of seeking professional help needs to go away? There is nothing wrong with seeking help to help find answers within oneself. And one has to be able to do that, but to do that, one has to be honest. And sometimes we don't know how to be honest with ourselves. But if you find the right therapist, and you may have to go through 3 or 4, so you find one that blends with you. And when you find that right therapist and you start opening up and you start saying, I feel this way because, then you can say, and I'm going to work on it this way because, and pretty soon it becomes your way of life. It's something you do naturally. You don't have to fake it anymore, and that burden is gone.
Right. It's a process that once you undertake it, you start feeling the rewards of it. Seeking professional help, whether it be, a psychologist, a counselor, a spiritual advisor of sorts, or even just, friends and family, if you trust them, that shows a lot of strength. And being able to do that and, like you said, just kind of go through the process of understanding yourself, that becomes a gift that you give yourself, and that person helping you, is there too as well. And it's important that you don't have to be, technically diagnosed with anything, you can just, life itself throws enough at you. We all need help in certain ways, and we all need to talk to each other, and we all need to connect. And I think there's a strong disconnect, amongst ourselves in society that forces us to wear masks and not be honest with ourselves. And, the more honest we get with ourselves, the deeper we can connect with other people. It's one of the things that's well worth it.
And with that, I want to play the last song that we have, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Home. And this song I saved it for last because it is so, so beautiful. And then we're going to talk about it. Home by J.J. McGuigan.
as I wander, searching for a place I've never known, like the time that I see your face makes me realize there is something real out there, and I wonder how long till I'll reach this place. Home sounds like a nice idea to me. Don't tell me that there's nothing out there. This life has had its way with me, breathing in. Home is where I wanna be. And I wonder, why am I all over everywhere, walking circles and acting like I'm going somewhere? Sometimes I feel like I just wanna start this over, and I remember just how far it is we've come. Home sounds like a nice idea to me. Don't tell me that there's nothing out there. This life has had its way with me, breathing in. Home is where I wanna be. Its light from outer space, I will take you and we will never turn away. When all is said and done, you will be the only one that I will need for all eternity. Home sounds like a nice idea to me. Don't tell me that there's nothing out there. This life has had its way with me, breathing in. Home is where I wanna be.
And this is Off the Chain. I'm your host, Yvonne Mason, with my guest music artist, JJ McGuigan. I think I finally pronounced it right. If I didn't, JJ, just correct me. It's been a rough week.
You did.
Thank you. Tell me about this song, because home is not a place. Home is a feeling. You can be home anywhere. How did this beautiful song come about? And it says that exact thing, that home is not. You still there?
Sorry, you broke up a little bit.
I'm sorry. Explain to me this song that it's so beautiful.
Yeah. I think I caught a lot of what you said. It was just about home being. It's really about home being an internal place. Breathing in. I'd gotten into meditation a lot around that time that I wrote the song, and just kind of realized that home isn't the house you live in. It technically is, but it can also be a prison for some people.
True.
But we can always find that home within us, and I think that place in a certain way connects us all as well. And if we find it within us, we can see it in other people. we can, connect through that. And, it just really speaks to a lot of us searching and wandering around looking for inner peace or happiness, fulfillment. We try and do it by achieving something or by, moving 1,000 miles away, or and those things are fine, but it's always a place in you. It's like that phrase, wherever you go, there you are, and you're always going to be wherever you're at. So that inner peace, that happiness, has to really be within you, and that's kind of what that song is about, pretty much.
And what is so sad is people don't understand that wherever you go, there you are. So they try to run away from everything that makes them quote unquote unhappy, and they're carrying with them because they're carrying themselves with them.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly it. And it's there's some situations where physically leaving can solve some of it, but for the most part, it's always within us, as within is without. And, it's just kind of, when we take care of our mental and emotional and spiritual needs, we can be anywhere and be happy. I believe that. And we can also be anywhere and be unhappy. So it's just one of those things where, checking in with yourself, seeing how things are going with you and with oneself, and doing that, throughout the day, and, just trying your best to do that will lead to a more fulfilling life and more peaceful and everything. And that's what I believe. So, yeah.
Would it also be fair to say that if we don't take care of ourselves emotionally, mentally, spiritually, that brings on physical problems that creates a whole nother mess?
Correct. I believe that as well. Our emotions can manifest physically, I think. And, if you've got, it can be anything from, like, severe stress, emotional stress can cause back pain, it's one of those things where it's just kind of like, when we think the problem is the back pain, well, the root of the problem's not. It's the stress we're carrying around, the baggage we're carrying around, the self-doubt, the depression, the anxiety, and all of that, it definitely can manifest physically. I believe that. And so it's just important to really take care of all those things, your mental, emotional, spiritual health, in order to, really feel vitally alive and everything, and live life to the fullest.
Would it also be fair to say that when we add to our mental distress and our mental illness, and no, ladies and gentlemen, that is not an ugly word, we exacerbate it and we add to it when we carry our past around with us like so much baggage. We bring it forward. Nothing we can do about it. It's over and it's done with. It needs to stay back there and just learn from it. But we carry it around and wear it like a coat.
Yeah, and I think one of the most important things that can lead us all to good mental, emotional, spiritual health is really being present in the moment and just with this moment, and realize that's all we've got right now. That's all we need. And we don't really need the past other than to learn from it. And then once we do that, you can be free in the present moment from all that. And I just think that a lot of us live in the past and trying to escape the past by running into the future. And we miss, the present moment that's right here, right now, which is all that we have. And I think, really being in the present moment is key, and is just vital for all those things. And I totally agree. A lot of us carry our past around and let that define us. And that shouldn't be the case.
You need to write that sentence that you just said down, because that could be a tagline for a new song.
Yeah.
Running into the present to escape the past and miss running into the future to escape the past and missing the present.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I think it's true too.
It's
what
very
a lot
true.
of us do. Yeah.
And it's sad because when we do that, we cheat ourselves of relationships, of success stories, of dream fulfillment, peace of mind, peace within ourselves. Yeah, because it's warp speed. We've gone from the past to the future and forget right now.
Right, and neither the past or the future really exist in the present moment. They're all just in our head mostly. And so when we live so much in our head, that causes so much of the stress. If we can just go into our heart and into our breath and just, find ways of being present in the moment without thinking so much, I think that can help a lot of people as far as, just enjoying life, the life you have right now, not the life not regretting what you did or only looking forward to the life you may have, but just enjoying the life you have right now.
We need to get out of our own damn way is what we need to do.
Totally. I agree.
So, in the few minutes that we have left, you're writing some new songs, correct?
Correct.
When are they going to be out?
Well, hopefully, within about 3 to 6 months. We've got, most of the lyrics done. I'm working with my best friend Brian Elwick on this upcoming EP, and we got a lot of the lyrics done and a lot of the guitar done. We just, it's a matter of getting schedules aligned and getting time for studio, and everything like that. And so hopefully, we're starting to get those things in place. And so hopefully in the next 3 to 6 months, around then, we'll have a new EP out, and hopefully everyone can enjoy it. I'm really looking forward to people hearing these songs. I think they're really good.
Then you're going to have to get some gigs so people can go see you live.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. We will.
Because you have a lot to say, my friends. Your songs are just phenomenal. And your ability to speak openly about this taboo subject, which if we don't educate people, we're going to be in a lot worse shape than we've ever been.
Totally. And I think it's just a matter of people just continuing to speak out about it and not be afraid to, and because there's a lot of people wanting that, but there's still that stigma, and people are just kind of hesitant to, and just take that first step, and you'll find you're going to help a lot more people than people that might think of you differently, because we're all going through it.
And it's not contagious, folks. You can't catch it from somebody else. It's all within you.
Totally.
So we're about to run out of time, believe it or not. Our hour's almost up. So would you please let folks know where your music can be found so they can go and buy it and download it, and then they can watch for when you release the new EP and your coming gigs?
Yeah, the best place to go is just jjmcguiganmusic.com. It's just JJMCGUIGAN music.com, and everything, any song you want to download, you can off of that site. And when we get the new EP together and get tour dates up, we'll definitely post that. And if you want to drop a message about mental health, feel free to do so on there. Just message me on there. There's a page to do that on, and you just hit up jjmcguiganmusic.com, and hopefully we'll have some news in 3 to 6 months of some new music.
And yes, we'll bring him back. And yes, he's on Facebook. Look him up on Facebook. Send him on Facebook. He is an amazing, amazing songwriter and music artist. So watch for great things coming out for this young man. JJ, thank you so, so much. Don't hang up when the show goes dark, but I did want to thank you for agreeing to come on the show tonight and being so open and honest, because people don't know what they don't know.
Right. Yeah, and thank you very much for having me. It's been a great time, and I enjoy your show a lot.
Thank you, sweetheart. And he will come back, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this young man, and he's going places, so y'all watch for him. And maybe next time I won't massacre his last name. Lack of sleep will do that to me, and this time of night I get tongue-tied. I don't even know my own name, JJ. So, again, I apologize for being such a dummy with your last, and it's not like I haven't pronounced it before. Never know on this show.
No worries.
Thank you, sweetheart. So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night we will be back at 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time with another wonderful, wonderful guest. Check out JJ's music. Buy his music. Share his music. It is absolutely amazing. And you all know that there are several things that I say at the end of every show because they're very important, and they go along with what JJ and I have been talking about tonight. And one of those things is people will forget your name. They will forget what you look like. They'll forget what you're wearing. But they will never, ever, ever forget how you have made them feel. We're all on a journey, ladies and gentlemen. And right now my journey is pretty trying. And when people are nice to someone, just go out and tell someone they have a nice smile, or hold the door for them, or compliment them on what they're wearing. Because whether you know it or not, you might save their life. And JJ can attest to that. You might save their life, because that will show them that at least one person in the entire universe cares in the present. And remember, we live in the present. We don't live for tomorrow. We live for right now, because that's all we have. And as JJ says, we're so busy running from the past, we run straight to the future and forget what we've got right now. Also, please don't ask for anyone to allow you to achieve greatness. Don't ask their permission, because you're already great. You're enough. Teach your children that. They are already great. Them to fly, and tell them it's okay to fly, and it's okay to fall down. It's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get back up. So if you want to achieve greatness, ladies and gentlemen, don't ask permission. And with that, I will say join us again tomorrow night here on Off the Chain at 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, when we will have another wonderful, wonderful guest. We are booked up until the end of January. There's some great things coming next year. We hope you stay with us and join us in those great things. Share this show. Share it with your friends, neighbors, loved ones, enemies. I don't care. Let folks know about this show. So until tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, I am your host, Yvonne, Off the Chain, with my guest, JJ McGuigan, and we both say good evening. Okay, JJ, we're off the air, but when this thing goes up into archives in a little bit, I'm going to post it on my page, and then I'm going to put it on your Facebook page.
Okay.
Share this show on your and then tomorrow when I put it up in all the podcasts that I'm going to put it up on, I'm also going to tag you in it, and you can share those podcasts as well.
Okay, definitely. That sounds good.
And what I have done is I have taken one of your songs and put it on my Reverb Nation site just for streaming only, and I've attached your external link so that if they want to buy it, they can go to your link and buy it, and you get paid for it.
Well, thank you very much. That's awesome.
Thank you, my darling. Now get those songs done so we can bring you back on and do this again.
Definitely. Thank you very much for having me. I enjoyed this.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Talk to you later.
All right.
Good night.
See you.
All right.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.